We don't care, we don't care, we don't care. Baby, we don't care. I'ma say it again. We don't care, we don't care, we don't care. You and I don't care. See, that's the note Candy need to be singing in. The key of spiritual. So we open where we left off with Lisa Barlow begging Meredith for her friendship.
And Meredith completely disengaging because you insulted my entire character and my whole family. You never come after Twink Marks.
Now we got the husbands here. I wonder how Jenny's doctor husband is doing at work now that his wife has been outed as a racist. Then again, I wonder if he was in on the post. Whitney still ain't getting coitus with her coot but twice a week. Andy asks all the husbands like questions and then gets to Seth and says, so how did you feel about Lisa tearing you a new bum hole? Lisa husband just up here lying. That's not how Lisa is. Yes, it is. That's been who she is. Oh, God, we talking about Jenny and her husband begging her to have more kids. Honey, I don't care. But then again, y'all can barely parent the ones you got because I don't trust you. Oh, God, now her husband gonna say, I wasn't really thinking about his sister wife. It was the business in me. The business of having a family cross town. How sanctified and full of the Holy Spirit that is. So her husband getting help and is helping. The help is helpful. Well, I'm glad Jenny got results in getting off the show because you wanted results. Well, she got you some results, all right. You were off the show. Jen said there's been no cheat in her marriage while Coach Shaw quietly looked off to the left. He looked over to the left, and I'm sure he was touching more than just himself. Oops. Oh my. Why is Sharif not getting the same energy as Erica Jane? 1, Sharif is not the main character of the show. 2, Sharif doesn't have a song called It's Expensive to Be Me. 3, Sharif works. Sharif ain't stupid enough to waste his breath doubting Jen Shaw. He just gonna let the court do his thing and let her push on to prison. Jen's so hurt that Whitney would sit there and speculate when she's never had a conversation with her about her businesses that she built from nothing. Because nothing is what you were going to give her. Nothing but lies. Oh, God, now Jen gonna play the race card. The brown girl with her black husband, how do they have all this money? I'm sorry, Stewart turned state's evidence against you. This federal investigation has gone on for years. This has nothing to do with color and everything to do with crime. With conspiracy to commit fraud. Whitney said she showed up with the tit cake because she was tired of Seth Marks constantly commenting on her chesticles. I mean, he should know he ain't Whitney's type. He too young and too thin. Then again, I guess he ain't Meredith's type either. So he going on and shooting his shot in case Whitney ever gets tired of the coot cock. So Sharif was supposedly in the hospital when he found out that Jen was heading to the Who's Cow. I don't know if I buy that. Here's why I don't believe it. There is no way Jen Shaw wouldn't milk a medical emergency with her man for a plot line on this show. Ain't no way. Bravo's cameras would have followed her to the hospital. We would have seen the outdoor sign, then the cameras pointing down when the doctors say, no, you can't enter. Sharif was hurt with the cheating accusations, but Jen couldn't bring herself to watch it. Like you can't bring yourself to deal with the evidence against you in a federal case. Jen said there was no cheat-tay in her marriage, but I don't know if I believe that because how can you believe a fraud? And Coach Shaw's silence spoke volumes to me. It was a quiet head shake. Sharif, you stupid. You never doubted her. I'm sorry you got snowed like that, but then again, I guess she's good at picking a victim. Sharif, you didn't understand shit. You talk about, oh, she does beauty and fashion. What beauty and fashion has she done other than rent some outfits and scam some sissies? Jen, you gotta stop relying on this. You're innocent until proven guilty. That's tipping everybody off. You're like, I'm innocent for now, but I ain't really gonna say I'm innocent too hard. I'ma just plead it. Whitney, don't apologize for speculele, because you broke it down like Miss Peanut herself, Sutton. But you're familiar because you've got your own flim-flam man. And honey, Coach Shaw can have 3 degrees, but it don't mean he got a lick of street smarts. Look at you. You're smart, but you have no emotional intelligence. See, here's another example of simple Sharif. Why would you think Lisa would run up to Jen when clearly it would be the best plot line for her to switch teams and munch on Mary's muff? You couldn't tell that's a highest bit of heifer? Sharif, look, you're not on the stand right now testifying about what a good mama she is. This is a reunion. But I guess this was a good dry run for you. Andy asked him, you gonna be at the trial? And he said, to the extent I am able to. You already hoping for a new heifer. We come back and Lisa's decided to kiss Whitney and Heather's ass since Meredith gonna stay mad. Heather said, Lisa, I just want to be in the ugly with you. Honey, have you seen your wardrobe? You always in the ugly. And the ill-fitting. Andy gonna say, ooh, is there some thawing between Lisa and Meredith? And Meredith just looked.
I don't hold grudges, so I'm not going to be angry forever, but I establish healthy boundaries based on behavior, and your behavior was disgusting, and I cannot engage. And Jen, there were some things in that indictment that haunted me about you.
All right, let's go over the arrests. Girl, you gave Bravo the footage of the cops running into your house so you could soften your image. Because if you cared so much about your kids not seeing the cops, you wouldn't be committing crimes. Oh, now we got a backpedaling pussy pop. A backpedaling pussy pop. Jen gonna say, oh no, me and Stuart weren't business partners. Well, not in those businesses that were being discussed, just the ones that were being federally charged for. Federal. Now we're gonna get to Sissy Stewart switching his plea. So Jen can't say shit about her sissy switching sides, but of course Lisa knows him as well, but she hasn't spoken to him since the arrest. Oh, God. Jen's coming at us with the, oh, well, I'm brown, so that's why you're questioning my money. No, because it's fraudulent. Ain't nobody questioned Candy's coin. We know where Cynthia gets her shekels. You know what, Andy? Great question. Whitney, how do you know so much about fraud and money laundering? So they call Whitney a flip-flopper, but she said, no, I just had to figure out how I was going to show up for you. No, you had to figure out how you were going to look on camera. You was a little messy, boo, but it's all right. Whitney said, look, Jen was spending so much, I thought she had a sugar daddy. And Coach Shaw was just her stud horse. I mean, if that was true, she'd be in less legal hullabaloo. Jen, you should be happy you have a friend show up 60%, because I ain't letting you get near me and steal my social security. Now we get to how deep in the business should the girls have gotten when we found out about the indictment. I mean, if the sheriff rolls up on me because of you, I'ma peek in. I'm going to check with Fulton County. Lord, now Lisa talk about, well, what's on the docket? For once, Lisa's right. Jen is trying to turn the narrative and put the focus off her charges. Okay, so now for the Uber story. Her assistant that stole from Heather was coming to pick Jen up, which is why she said, oh, I got out of the Uber because it was a 45-minute ride. Heather got that kind of money. You would have been fine. She offered to pay. And now she's saying the Uber driver who went on a podcast, I think it was Heather's podcast, Heather McDonald, she said he lied about dropping her off at some condos. Honey, well, you lied to the government, so I'm going to believe the driver on this one. Oh, Heather checked Meredith. She said, look, see, either say the name or keep that on the playground because it's making it sound like me, and I ain't having it.
But there are people in this room who have told me all of the things that Jen has done to terrorize my family, my twink marks. So Meredith tells us, look, I didn't hire a private investigator. I hired a cyber specialist because me and Heather got the same messages, and so did my sons. So it was a very small group of people, but the investigator never came back with anything conclusive, so I left it alone.
Oh, God, now her sons is getting racist text messages. We ain't heard about that shit all season, but now, conveniently, this pops up. I don't think the judge is going to have time for your lies in the court. I can tell you that. You could pull this shit on Bravo. You better keep it out of court. He asked everybody, y'all think she guilty? Everybody just... Heather says she don't care, which means she knows she did it. I am going to represent everybody who can't fight for themselves, who don't have the resources. They don't have the resources because you stole them with your sorry ass. So we ended it out, and Jenny gonna say, I've learned to speak my mind more. No, you learned to shut the fuck up and get the fuck on. Don't nobody need to hear your pea brain.
Meredith has learned that communication is key, and she internalizes things and can't let things fester.
Well, Lisa said it's very hard for her to be vulnerable. All right, well, that was the shit.